It is Sunday night and we are live in, and I'm talking the madhouse tonight. It is a madhouse in here. Let me tell you something. I could use a Valium and a martini, and I haven't had a drink in 35 years. I actually thought this was going to be the easiest show I've ever had in my life in 3 years, but it ends up that it's going to probably be the hardest show that I've ever had in 3 years. But we'll get to that in a minute. But I didn't even write a note tonight, so I'm winging it. I've had severe laryngitis for the last 3 days. I don't know how we're going to do this tonight, so please bear with me. I've been trying to do things all day to help this, gargling and salt and throat lozenges and you name it. Honey, drank a half a bottle of honey. But we're trying. I just want to talk about a couple things. First of all, I want to thank, John Dizek from the Hassles. Now, for you guys, if you didn't see the show last week, do yourself a favor. Go back in the archives on Madhouse and watch the show with John Dizek from the Hassles. He was the original lead singer of the Hassles. Billy Joel's the band that blew Billy Joel into stardom. And if you're into rock and roll and the history behind the scenes and everything, you will be very entertained by the stories that John told last week. It was so great. I loved having him. He's the greatest guy you'll ever meet, the most giving, polite, gentleman, class act guy you'll ever want to meet. And we're going to be doing some things with him. We're going to actually do a gig together. But a great guy, great stories. I mean, he told the story about the night that the Beatles came to Shea Stadium and what the Hassles did. They were going to go on the stage and just play before the Beatles. And they actually pulled up in the limo. They had the whole thing rigged. Sid Bernstein even knew about it, and they came through the gauntlet. Everybody thought the place went crazy because they were big, massive rock stars at the time. And people are screaming, the whole Shea Stadium screaming as they ran through. They get through. They get into the dressing room, and here comes the Beatles. The Beatles come in, and they're all like, "Oh, this is going to be great." And then somebody came in the dressing room and went, "You guys are not on the card. What are you doing here?" And they got busted. So, but they were cool. They let them sit in the dugout. They actually sat in the dugout and with the loving spoonful and watched the concert. But go back and watch the stories. He had some unbelievable stories, great stories about how he got started, how he learned to harmonize. John, thank you so much. What a gentleman. And I got good news for you. I will be calling you tomorrow. You're going to love this. I got some great news for you. Okay. Go back and watch that show. Incredible show, especially for rock and roll history people. You'll love it. You'll absolutely love it. Also, Friday night, here goes my throat. Friday night, we were invited by Vince Martell, who from the Vanilla Fudge, and if you saw the show the week prior to that, we had Vince in here with his new band to honor the veterans. He started a band called the Vince Martell and the band of Brothers, and the three-piece power trio, incredible band, all veterans, and they're going to do some great things for the veterans who give us the right to have freedom. And so Friday night, Vince called me and asked me if I would introduce them at the Farrell's in Belmore, and we went over there, and I'll tell you, what a great night. First of all, it was so great to see all these old friends that I haven't seen in a while. It was a great, packed house, packed, and I'm telling you, these three cats blew the roof off the joint. They were amazing. Power trio killed. And I don't, on my phone, when you call my phone, I have Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke. And Vince, without me knowing, about the fifth song in, he did Change Is Gonna Come, and he dedicated it to me because he said he's been calling and he's hearing this song so much, and he said it just started getting in his head and he loved it. But what I loved what he did is he made it his own completely, and they rocked it out. I mean, the band is amazing. If you get a chance to see Vince Martell and the band of Brothers, don't miss them because they are amazing. They did a lot of Hendrix. They did a lot of Cream. It was just a beautiful night. I thank everybody that came. It was a great night. I really enjoyed it. It was beautiful. So tonight of all the nights, I have to be sick. But tonight we have my band that we were together for 11 years, and now we haven't been together in 3 years. and we're going to go back on the road. So this is the fun part. We haven't rehearsed in 3 years. I think we had one rehearsal. I was sick again. And so it's going to be interesting, but they're dynamic professionals without a doubt. And I am so glad that we're all back together again, because, you know, it is like a band of brothers. It really, truly is. And it's a great feeling when you know people so well, and you just walk in and it just, well, not quite just happens, but it ends up happening. So hopefully, if I get through this night, it'll happen tonight, because we are going to do a live set tonight, and I'm looking forward to that. But I just hope my voice holds up, because I'm barely speaking right now. But we're going to do a little history of these guys. They're all great guys. I love each and every one of them. I think you're going to enjoy this night, and then we're going to talk about the journey that we're about to take off on with the band, Vital Signs / the Maverick Soul Band. So get yourself tight, get yourself right. You know what I mean. Get comfortable. It's going to be a fun night. You're going to have a lot of laughs, and hopefully you're going to get to hear some good music. So hang in there. We'll be right back with the Maverick Soul Hour right here in the Madhouse. We'll be right back.
Stretching under sedation or manipulation under anesthesia is a very gentle, very precise procedure to very slowly release any scar tissue that is formed as a result of a traumatic injury. Many people ask, how does this work? Will I get hurt? Will you stretch me too far? We only stretch the body part to its normal range of motion. After completing the post-MUA rehabilitation program, it's very common that our patients say to us, hey, I can play ball with my kid again. Hey, I can bowl again. Hey, I can enjoy hiking again. This is what makes it rewarding to us as practitioners.
Well, are you ready for the journey? All right. I got to tell you guys, this is it's actually as fun of a night as it is. It's also a very tense night, because I want it to be right, and they're just telling me lighten up, lighten up, lighten up. But you know, this is our band, and you know, I showcase all these other bands on here, and I anybody that's been in here knows I do whatever I can to make them perfect. And I feel guilty tonight because I'm not perfect because of my throat. And so they're like, oh, don't worry about it. And then I said, but it's live. It's live. And they're like, oh, shit, it's live. So first of all, I want to introduce my bandmates here. And this is Vital Signs / now we're going to go as the Maverick Soul Band. So I want to start on my right over here with my man that holds it all down on the bass over there, Mr. Ed McCormick.
Hello.
The fans go crazy. Next to him is one of our lead guitar players. I think, and I will say, guys, I think we have two of the best guitar players around. I really do. And a lot of people that are up there in the business have told me that. And this is one of them, Kenny Loeffler.
Peace.
And Kenny is from the Bronx. I just have to throw that in.
Well, now I am.
Now he is. But he unfortunately, now he's got to come over to Drogzec Bridge every time. So, but thank you, Kenny, for coming down tonight. And then the main man over here, keeping the beat down in the back on the drums, Mr. Bob Batchelor, right over here.
Hi, Tom.
Yep. And then next to him, Hollywood himself, Marshall Blackstar himself, Mr. Russ Zach.
Hello.
And he's got his shades on tonight. He's incognito. He's incognito. But another phenomenal guitar player, which you guys will get to see. But I just want to say it's such a joy to finally get these guys in here. You know, we've been planning this a while. Unfortunately, I can't believe that this happened to me. But anyway, we're going to just do what we do, and it'll be what it is. But I just want to go back and, first of all, I mean, I want to talk to you guys, but I want to tell them first because they're actually in it a little longer than me. I think we were together about 11 years. I think
Easily.
right?
Yeah, something like
11 years. And then we went on, everybody kind of went and did different projects together. It was just one of them times, you know, no ill feelings. Nobody had no fights. We had no problems. It's just that I think that everybody just needed a rest and wanted to go do some other projects, which everybody did. And but going back to the beginning for me, because I'm the probably youngest member, not youngest in age. Unfortunately, I'm the oldest, but I'm the shortest member of the band.
Short term.
Not
5'2".
not tall, but I'm in the band the least amount of time, which is 11 years. And how I got into the band is, I believe all three of you guys, right, were in Brother Peach,
Yes.
which was an amazing Allman Brother tribute band. And I don't remember exactly how the connection got to where I auditioned for that band as the lead vocalist for that band, but like the Allman Brothers was something pretty easy for me. And I believe it was Ed called me. I believe it was you. And I went for an audition, and trust me, that band was incredible. And what they did was they used to do the night of the Fillmore, the live album, note for note. And I auditioned for the band, I got in the band, and then I went home and thought about it because they said, I think it was 32 songs that you did?
Oh, it was the night of the Allman Brothers.
Right, it's like 32 songs, right?
Yeah.
So they said you had to learn 32 songs, and that's what they do every single night. And then when I got home and thought about it, I was like, you know, that's great because, I mean, really, it's pretty easy for me, the Allman Brothers. But to do the same thing every night, I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. So Eddie and Bob said, well, we have another band. Why don't you come down and join it and, you know, see if that works. And that's what I did that, and hence the Vital Signs. And we actually had another member, which we will give a shout out, Miss Cindy Hazel. She was the female vocalist, and I ended up being the male vocalist. And that went on for a good amount of years with Cindy. And that's how it happened for me. That's how I got in the band. And we had a lot of fun. We've done every place you could imagine. We had a lot of fun. So Ed, let's start with you. I know that you were in Brother Peach when I met you guys, and that was a phenomenal band. It really, truly was a great band. But give us a little insight of how that kind of went, and you know,
Well, basically,
your travels.
like you said, we were looking for a singer. That's how we had gotten you into it. You didn't work out. We found another guy that had that Greg Allman type of.
It wasn't that I
voice.
didn't work out. I didn't join the band. I was in. Let's get that
He
straight.
declined the offer.
It
So you went to the
didn't
gym
work
and
out.
worked out.
The circumstances didn't work out.
Right.
But
Well, I didn't want to do the same thing every night.
it's
I
not-
kicked myself in
it's
the
not
ass,
your
though, I will
forte-
say
it's not
that.
your forte, and with what we do now is what we do right.
Right,
It's the
right.
best thing for all of us. But as far as the Allman Brother Band, that had its run for about 5-6 years, Bob, and Basically, people just started doing like anything else. The differences. Some one keyboard player wanted to do country.
Right.
People didn't want to travel. People have families.
Yeah,
Basically.
So I'll ask you some questions that I really don't know. I don't even know. How long have you been playing the bass?
I played my own 6th grade prom.
Wow.
Oh my God, that was like before electricity.
Early gig.
So
Did you really?
Yeah.
6th grade?
Yeah, we had a battle of the bands when we were kids. My first band actually was called Black Magic.
Oh, no.
Did you know Blackstar, Marshall Blackstar?
Yeah, well, actually, he was called Marshall Crenshaw back then. But yeah, we started out like that, and always, my people I love was Clapton,
Right.
Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jocko.
Well, let me ask you this.
people like
I mean,
that.
bass players. Who's your top three?
Well, Jocko would be the
Oh,
main
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Jocko was the man.
What about Jack Bruce?
Jack Bruce is great. Great.
You know the thing about Jack Bruce? I don't think that he ever got credit for his vocals. I think the guy was an amazing vocalist.
Really? Yeah, I thought so too.
Amazing vocalist. I mean, to me, my favorite Cream song
I
is
love his voice.
"We've Gone Wrong." It's the most haunting, beautiful song. And actually, when they did the last tour with Clapton, and they actually did the
Yep.
original Cream, the guy from Rolling Stone, I forget his name, but everybody knows him. He's got that hair, and they interviewed him, and he went to every single show on the whole tour, and he said every single night that was the standout song of the night. I love that song, and no one does that song. I
Did
love
he do
it.
I'm
Well,
So
we should do
Glad?
it.
Well, Jack Bruce, yeah. No.
No, right?
Yeah, he sang it.
Did
He
he?
sang it? Yeah.
Well, I think there's a lot of harmony in that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think they
yeah,
switched
he
off
sang the
in a
lead.
lot
I think
too.
he sang the lead. I don't think it was Clapton.
But if you really want to
Yeah.
hear Jack Bruce sing, "We've Gone Wrong, We're Going Wrong," or whatever that
I think I know the song you're talking about.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a beautiful
He
song.
sings in falsetto, right?
It's, yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful, haunting song. Love it. So now, band-wise, I know you're an Allman Brothers person, but, who else?
Yeah, well, like I said.
I mean, like when you were in 6th grade.
Beatles. Everybody loved
Yeah.
the Beatles.
Kenny's the Beatle man.
Definitely the Beatles. Hall and Oates.
Yeah.
Loved Hall and Oates growing
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Do you watch the show from Daryl's house?
Oh, love it.
I love
The
it.
best show on television.
Great show.
Best
Great
show on TV.
There should be more
Brilliant.
shows like
Brilliant.
that.
Absolutely. And you know what happened? It stopped.
No,
Darryl-
he's doing it again. He's doing.
Is he? Because we've watched every single show. We tape it, DVR or whatever it is.
He
And
sold his house.
what I love is the
Oh, really? He's not upstate.
like when he had CeeLo Green on. I mean,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
didn't-
yeah.
The
it
combinations.
was one of the best ones.
Joe
Smokey
Walsh.
Robinson.
Yeah.
Joe Walsh.
Well, Joe Walsh, I could see fitting, but when you get CeeLo Green, and it was
Right.
one of the best shows. It was so good.
He also had that the blonde chick. We did the song we covered by her was on the show. Come on.
Ooh la la.
Grace Potter?
Grace Potter.
Grace Potter.
Yeah,
Grace
yeah,
Potter and
yeah. I mean, I love that. And you know what I love is the way they do it. They sit down at dinner, they talk,
Oh, yeah.
See, that's what I mean. That's why, like last week with John,
Dinner, right?
yeah, Janine actually did bring in food.
Okay.
Just chips and
Well,
dips.
those musicians are great.
I didn't
though.
see any of that.
Oh, my
yeah.
God. His musicians.
Everyone he works with.
Oh, incredible. And I'll tell you something.
I love the drummer.
I know that there's a
Come on,
lot of
his
Hall and Oates fans. I know there is, but I think he's a blues guy from the get and an R&B guy.
yeah.
More
R&B,
than the
yeah.
pop stuff that
Oh,
he
yeah.
did.
Philadelphia.
I mean, I think what's great is he's actually getting to showcase that now because I think it probably bothered him that he never really had the opportunity
Yeah.
to do that. Because
His roots.
he's an amazing vocalist too.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
guy's great.
Yeah.
But I'd rather see him do that than although I like a couple of the songs. But, So Kenny,
Yes, sir.
all right, man.
What's happening?
This guy can play like nobody. You know what? I got to say one thing. I tell people this is I believe that these two guys are two of the best guitarists around. And what I do like is they have completely different styles. Now Kenny is a more choppy kind of
Blues.
Dwayne Allman player, where Russell is more of a Santana kind of player, I would think, or Gary Moore kind of player. Am I right or am I wrong?
I love it. I'm influenced by everybody. But
No, I know,
you're
I
right.
know.
It
But I'm
does
saying
come
in
out
style.
that way.
If I was
Comes out
to
that way,
define your
depending on what we're
styles,
playing,
like
yes.
Kenny is more of a,
Blues, and he's
Yeah.
more rock. That's
Yeah.
the way I would say it, just to make it simple.
Yeah, yeah.
Then again, if you've heard my other stuff that I
Yeah.
do on my own, it's more of a Satriani
Psychedelic.
type stuff, So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's, yeah.
Progressive.
Yeah, well, and Kenny, you've been in many, many bands also.
Yeah.
you have your family party or whatever it is that you have out there out east
Oh,
there
out
too?
in Riverhead, yeah.
Yeah.
Every summer, the band that I originally was in when I was 17 years old, Uncle Charlie's band,
Wow.
we get together and we have a big barbecue. It's an all-day event.
Isn't that great?
Our
That's
keyboard
excellent.
player,
That's
he
beautiful.
moved to Texas, but he has a bungalow out in Riverhead with a great big deck. So we set up on the deck, and we have a bunch of bands come up, musicians, his sons play. It's just great. I mean, the first year we had it, we actually had every original member of the band there. Guys coming from Pittsburgh, Texas,
Wow.
South Carolina, everyone was there. But since then, we've always had at least 3 or 4 members of the band. But, you know, it's just great to go back and like you said,
and the
friends.
perfect example of how music can bring people together.
Absolutely.
And I mean, that's great. You bring
Yeah, and the
family
families
together.
come, the kids come, the grandkids come.
And you do have a couple coming up, don't you? Your nephew's a guitar player, right?
Oh, my nephew Jim, yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Was that
amazing.
the young guy I've seen in the videos?
Jim Left.
Yeah, he came
yeah.
down to a few of our gigs.
Yeah, he's been playing with us at the Riverhead thing off and on because the other guitar player's been having some medical issues. So
Yeah.
he fills in, and
Yeah.
he's going to be something. He is something.
Yeah, I heard him.
He's
I've
21
I've seen
years
his
old.
videos. I've seen
Yeah.
I like him. Yeah.
He's a good kid, too. He's
Yeah.
a good kid.
He's in a
And your
band.
brother was a great musician also.
My brother Ed was in the
Oh,
Chaparrals. He was my influence. He started. He got the ball rolling. My brother Ed was playing in the band, and I saw that. And I said, that looks pretty cool, you know, something I think
He
I
was
could
getting
get
chicks,
into.
I guess, right?
Oh, yeah, he didn't do too bad.
What?
But,
That happens?
Marshall, you all right?
Yeah.
So,
Take your
yeah.
glasses
I
off,
mean,
though.
And you know, like I said, I was a senior in high school when the Uncle Charlie's band formed. We lasted about 3 years, but I've been in and out of bands ever since,
Yeah.
off and on. You know, I mean, there were some bumps in the road. I had to stop for a while. I was raising
Yeah.
a family, you know, like we all do.
I stopped for 20 years
Yeah, well,
because I had to raise my daughters by myself, so I really had to just put it in the back
yeah.
burner.
But you know, it's something that we all love, and you,
Yeah.
you want to go back to it. You know, it's like riding a bike. You
Well, I
don't
mean, look
forget.
at this. I mean, like, we haven't been together in 3 years, you know, and when we did get together,
Hey,
it
we
just
played that
instantly-
benefit, man.
It
It
just,
was-
yeah, it just instantly just felt
It clicked.
good.
It just
you know,
clicked.
it's just because you know you go through life and you meet people and you know you have people that you how you doing, but then you have people that you get deep with, and you know it's an instant feeling as soon as you walk in a room. It's great. There's no facades. There's no bullshit. You know, it's just here. Let's do it. You know, and
it.
it's fun. And luckily at our age we're almost keeping going with it. You know what I mean? But that's another great thing about music. Like you know, like I said, I didn't really start back until I stopped in my 20s. And I raised my kids by myself, and then I started up when I was like late 30s.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean,
Sure. Myself as well.
kind of like golf. You know, like these
I
guys,
think we all go through
they're
that.
at the top of the game as a pro, and then about like by the time you hit the late 30s or 40, they're done. But then they reemerge at the 50, and they become
the
number
senior
one.
tour.
Yeah,
They
that's
go on the
great. I think
senior
it's
tour.
wonderful. So we're on the senior tour.
Why
Oh,
not?
yeah.
We're still rocking. I'll tell you
Hey,
what.
that's
That's
don't
why
let them
we were
people
called
don't let you
vinyl
people
signs.
think that you know. Because I mean, God Almighty, look at the Stones. I mean, what are they like?
Well-
7? I mean, Bill Wyman, I think is like 78,
he?
79. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Not that he's still in the band, but
Yeah, he.
a Rolling Stone
he
is
retired.
79 years old.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I mean, God, and you know, look at these guys. They're rocking. They're still
They're
filling
all in their
stadiums.
70s. All of the classic rockers
Yeah.
are in their 70s.
And they're still the biggest selling bands by far out there.
Yeah.
These other DJs are selling out stadiums too, which I don't get.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That I don't understand, but that's not me. But all right. So it's I know it's a tough thing for you now because you're in the Bronx, but
Yeah, the
you
commute-
you grew up in Ozone Park.
Ozone Park
know.
is the homeland, yeah.
Yeah, so you got a lot
Absolutely.
of good.
There were a lot of bands
players
in
out of
Ozone
there.
Park when I was growing
They still
up.
work.
Yeah.
A lot of good bands, a lot of competition,
Yeah.
friendly and unfriendly, but it was.
Well, that's what like John was saying in the show last week that you know they did a battle of the bands at the
Battle
Forest
X.
Hills tennis place.
Forest Hills Dome?
Yeah,
or,
the tennis.
Oh, the
thing.
tennis
Oh, no, the
place.
tennis-
And they-
okay.
Yeah, that's
And
different.
the Battle of the Band show opened up for James Brown,
Oh,
and
Wow.
they won. They won the Battle of the Bands, and then now since the show's over, I have a few people call me. I was in the Battle of the Bands. I was in the, you know. So I mean, that was a great time, right?
sure.
Because I used to love going to Battle of Bands. I used to love that,
The 70s, that was. You
and
know,
I actually loved the drummers at that time because that was my original thing. Is I wanted to be a drummer. Then I started playing bass. I learned one song on the bass, Louie Louie. I can still play it. But that's it.
He just passed away.
We should do that, Ed.
Louis?
The
Yeah.
vocalist, the
Right, yeah.
vocalist.
Right.
So I can play one song
He
on
wrote
bass
the
if you ever
song.
need me, you know. But that's cool. So Mr. Bob Batch.
Yes, sir.
Bob is from Lindenhurst, Long Island, and he's the guy that holds it all down behind us. And he's another good, strong, steady. Oh, here goes my throat. Now you were also in Brother Peach.
Yep. I was in Brother Peach with Ed, and you know, we all dabble on the side, right? So we all decided to kind of do a classic rock thing, and that's when Ed decided, well, let's see what we can do, and brought this guy in because we needed a second guitarist.
Now that I never even found out. How did you guys know him?
I met Russell through a friend of ours who's since departed.
That was a bass player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we became friends. We had a little trio going
Kevin
for a while.
Amato.
Yeah, Kevin, and we had met and, you know, got something together for a while, and unfortunately he passed. So then,
He
you
was
know,
young though too, right?
yeah,
Very young.
early 40s. Yeah. So, you know, we still kept in touch, and I said I wanted to kind of go off and do the Allman Brothers thing, which is always a dream of mine. Love the Allman Brothers.
Yeah,
So
too.
me too.
I took, you know, the opportunity when it was presented to me, and we got into it, and then Ed and I became friendly, and that's what we said we're going to do a classic thing, and then we brought Russ in.
So it was Ed's decision. He was the guy who said, "Let's
Is it your fault?
come up with this."
Probably. Probably the mastermind. Silent mastermind.
No, I
It's-
actually
it's-
never knew this stuff. Actually, so
It's the puppeteer.
entertaining for me.
It's the puppeteer. It's got a lot of things
Ed was
going on.
the-
I've
the
been,
honcho,
I've been known
the
to be
king.
called a band whore.
Ed was
Most
the head
players,
honcho.
most bass players are, and keyboard players.
Yeah, Ed controlled pretty much of the band.
He's a control freak.
No. Thankfully, he did that.
And
Yeah.
a nice studio in his house.
Yeah.
Right.
So Bob, you guys did travel a little bit with them guys, right?
Yeah, we did some out-of-state gigs. We would do like
Don't bother.
the bike week thing, right? So we'd go down and, you know, have the we did Delmarva, which was Delaware, Virginia, Maryland, and we did that a couple of years in a row, and it was nice. You know, you get down, you can take the kids, you know, the family, you know, this
Yeah.
kind of thing, right? But it was a good thing, and then we did a lot of like town gigs, bars. We played out Stevens Talk House
Right.
out in the Hamptons, all over the place.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you guys
it
had
had
a
its
lot of
run. It was good.
You had a lot of fun together. Now, when did you start playing?
Well, so technically, I think I started playing on boxes. I saw Ringo Starr.
We were poor.
Right. I saw Ringo Starr on the Ed Sullivan Show, and I said, I want to do that. Right. So
Nice.
yeah, I got into that, and then I one summer saw the summer replacement show for Jackie Gleason. It was called The Two Buddies, and it was Buddy Rich and Buddy Greco. I had never seen Buddy Rich before in my life.
I just
till
saw that
night.
video too. It was just up.
I saw that and said, wow. And, you know, everybody looks at, any drummer I know looks at him and says, you know, there'll never be another one like him. He
Right.
was tremendous.
The guy was amazing.
Amazing. He was a
I-
freak of
I-
nature.
I mean, you
saw him.
still today watched him, and you just go,
Oh, yeah.
What
I
about
saw him at the bitter end. He stood up and fired somebody because they got
Full
something
Buddy
wrong.
Rich. Yeah.
yeah.
He said, "You out."
Yeah, he was
big
just
bands.
tremendous.
Gene Cooper
You know,
was
he
in a big
started
band.
playing, I think, when he was 3.
jazz?
Right, he was a child prodigy. His parents were in vaudeville, and he was called Traps, the drummer boy or something.
That's actually how I wanted to become a drummer in 4th grade, because they'd have school assemblies, and the older kids, I guess it was maybe they were
Right.
6th grade or something. But I remember in the school band, like there'd be a couple drummers, and they would do that where the one guy would go against the other guy,
Right.
and I would just go, "That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do." And then I actually dragged a friend of mine, which you guys actually know him, Vinlo Odom, right?
Sure.
I mean, the guy's
Yeah, right.
traveled the world a million times,
Right.
played with the big Barbra Streisand, the OJs, Levert, you name it, the Four Tops, Temptation. He's played with everybody. I drugged this kid in 4th grade to play drums. He's like, "I don't want to play drums. I don't want to play drums." Come on, you got to play. So we go in, and they gave you the wood pad, and I said,
wood
"No, I
block,
want to
yeah.
play the drums." And they're like, "No, the first year you
Gotta
play
start
the wood."
this.
And I was like, "I'm out."
Yeah.
He stayed, and to this day, he's still traveling the world with the biggest
Yeah,
biggest
man.
groups. He was just in here with the OJs. I had him on my show.
Wow.
I mean, the guy is just an amazing. The things he's done. I mean, Barbra Streisand. I mean, you know, not that, but I mean, it don't get much higher
Big
than that.
star.
You know,
There's so many great players out there. It's amazing, and a lot of guys that you don't even know about. That you like on YouTube. I know Russ sees a lot of guitarists.
Well,
It's incredible.
See now, what do you got? See now, to me, I think there's a positive and a negative to that, because we're so inundated with music now. It's like it's almost overwhelming. But on the other side, like we talk about this a lot. I mean, you might see this 13-year-old kid in Ethiopia that you would have never in a billion years ever heard of or seen, and this guy is playing like Hendrix or Clapton or whoever, and they're amazing, you know.
Right.
And you know, on that end, I love it, but I also think it's totally saturated the world. But I mean, I guess you can't really get enough music, but I think it just makes it
hurt
harder.
the business end as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It makes it hard. Like I was talking to, who was I just talking to? Somebody in a big band, and I said, you know, how hard is it now? He goes, little. I think it was Mark Mendoza from Twisted Sister. It was, because I just was with him in Queens, and we did a gig, and I said, how hard? You know, really how hard? He goes, literally impossible. You know, it's literally impossible. Everybody has a studio as big as a cigarette pack in their pocket now. I mean, it's just so completely saturated, you know? Like,
you got to have something special.
Yeah, and you got to be 12.
Be in the right place, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
And you got to be 12.
It's
Which
got to be really tough.
That's the thing I think in music annoys me the most, age discrimination. I know Evan Ginsberg has a show here on Saturday. I'll tell you, he had a show here Saturday. These both groups just completely, I had goosebumps. They were so good. I mean, incredibly, incredibly good. And I'm thinking to myself, now, why can't these guys fill up the garden? You know what I mean? And then you got a Taylor Swift or whatever, and you know, like, all right, she's a good songwriter, but I mean, I'm not knocking it. It's not my thing, but the talent that you can go, and all of you guys know, because we know everybody around. You could go on Long Island and go in probably 100 bars on a weekend and see the most incredible musicians that'll never get a shot. You know, it's sad. And then you see a Bieber or you know, like the age discrimination shouldn't exist. It shouldn't exist. Music is music. Either it's good or it's not good. I just don't know how they get these people to convince the public that it's good. Because I sit there and I just go, how is this guy on television? You know, like I watch even, you know, some of the Letterman or whatever. Like, how did that band get on Letterman? You know, how did they? I can go down to Barbecue or any of these places and see 20 bands in a week that'll blow these guys off the stage. You know, it's sad. It's sad. It really is, because I mean, how many guys do we know personally that are as good as anybody in the world? Really,
Godfrey Townsend.
Right? Godfrey's doing.
He's a pro. He's a pro, though.
Well,
I mean, in all honesty.
I'll tell you what a pro he is. I just was reading a thing from him because we had one of the cow cells in here from another show. So we had him on Skype, and I was talking to him on the television, and he said he was going on that tour. You know, they do those.
Yeah, he's going on tour with them. I
said, I will bet you any amount of money that Godfrey Townsend is running the band and he's the guitar player. He goes, oh really? He wrote his name. And I said, and Godfrey.
Sure, yeah.
But I read a thing and he said that the sister cow, whatever her name is, he said she walked up the stage, they rehearsed for 2 hours, and she walked up the stage and threw her hands up in the air and just said, thank God. Finally, you know, because Godfrey is such a pro.
Oh, yeah.
They just went in and nailed like 35 songs, bang, in one day. One day, poof, done. With totally different, you know, I mean, it's a big tour. Like I think the Turtles, I think, are on, you know, like from the Rascal, Felix Cavalier is on it, I believe. You know, we just saw him the other night. We just actually met him, and we were back in his dressing room. That guy still blows.
He still has
away.
the pipes are still good.
Oh God, does he ever? Does he ever? I just never knew he was short.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
But oof, amazing. So. But that is a great topic of conversation, and I know we all talk about it a lot, and I don't know where I'm at with it, you know, whether it's good or bad, I don't know. I mean, music is music, but I just don't think it's right that because you're over 50 or 40 or 30 that you should be, you know, like he's too old or that she's too old. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Because I mean, I know I won't mention any names, but we know some producers that have come in here and they're looking for 16, 14, 13-year-old girls. You know what I mean?
Well, music is one thing, marketing's another.
Yeah, but
Right.
I don't, that's the part I don't get. I don't get it. You know, I don't get it. So, Mr. Marshall, you got your shades on tonight, huh?
Yes, I do.
All
I
right.
can take them off.
No, you can. Yeah, hey, Hollywood, man.
Are you sure?
Yeah, looking good.
Okay.
Looking good. All right. Well, Russell Zach, I have known since for 15 years now, 14 years, whatever. And I got to tell, between him and Kenny, I say it all the time. What the two best, not the best, but two of the best guitar players around. And I put them up with anybody. And I know you started very young. You know,
I actually started as a drummer when I was 5, and I played piano. It was always in my family. There was instruments in the house and whatnot.
What'd Charlie play?
My brother was had a guitar that I wanted.
He
And
played
we
guitar?
finally traded. I gave him my drum set, and I took his guitar. But that was when I was 16 because my friend Anthony broke his arm, and he had no, he broke his leg. So he lived next door to me. Anthony D'Angelo. He broke his leg, and I would go next door to his house, South Ozone Park. And I'd say, well, what are we going to do down here? He's a guy sitting in a chair with a broken leg. Well, he plays acoustic guitar. Maybe I'll learn to play acoustic guitar with him. So I picked up a guitar at 16 and haven't put it down, Although I did for a while, like everybody else, when you raise a family, and I had to go back to get a real job. But back in the 70s, I had a couple of records on the radio, and in the 80s I had some more, and with different bands, 2 different bands, the Yorkers, the Laura Kay Band. We had music and jukeboxes, videos out in the clubs, and
And you were on Star Search too, weren't you?
Yeah, we did that.
With Big Ed?
Yeah, we did that.
And they were on a Joe Franklin show,
Franklin
too.
Joe
Oh,
Franklin.
yeah, I did.
I was on
We did television, We did,
Ray Heatherton show,
Oh,
the Mary Mailman.
Mary, yeah.
Oh, really?
I'll tell you that story. You want to laugh. That was
Yeah, I like to hear that.
mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Mind-boggling.
Yeah, it was, some taste of commercial success, which is always exciting, but depending on what age you are and how you handle it mentally, you can, if I knew what I know now, I would have approached it differently, probably.
I think we all would
I
have
thank
approached a lot
God
of
for where I
things
am right
differently.
now, and I'm happy. And then Bob and Ed, actually Bob, as a favor to me, said, Russ, I'd like to get you in and still play music with you. And he said, hey, Ed, what do you think about putting something else together? And Ed said, yeah, we had a band. We used to do classic rock. And I was very fortunate. I'm happy as a pig in mud.
Yeah, I still remember the first rehearsal. I remember it extremely well. It was in your house, Eddie. And,
Yeah, sure.
And I remember exactly where you were. I remember everything. Janine actually, I think, was there too.
So the pool table was still down there.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
Right in the
Cindy,
basement.
So we had
Cindy
the
was
room.
laying on the couch, I think.
Right,
Everybody
right.
was in different
And,
corners.
Well, you thought I was crazy. I remember because I said, let's do Mary Had a Little Lamb, and I wanted to do all the, and I was joking. I have, my sense of humor now. Now you know me.
Yeah, but that was a
You said,
big
what's
swamp
with this
for
guy
Alice.
that wants to do these?
We had a little lounge. Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah,
Right.
he did a
Yeah,
nice
but not that version. Not that version. But anyway, I love music. Any opportunity to play. Unfortunately, I was sick for a while, and
Yeah.
I'm still fighting.
Well, that's why I'm really happy that we all are getting up there now. But what's great is that we're going to go out and do this again. I mean,
I
we
look
have
forward
some
to
really exciting things coming
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
And
Young
Very
and hot.
forward to it.
yeah, I mean, listen,
Woodstock.
and I'll tell you, I really do believe, it,
does.
as much as I love my father, when he retired, he kind of for a big guy, a strong guy, a tough guy, and he went on the couch and he just this keeps you going, it just keeps you going. Even though it hurts like shit, it keeps you going. Yeah. I mean, guys at home, you gotta see us when we're together. It's like, we used to talk about girls and clubs and this and that. Now it's like hips, and I just had my knee done.
Yeah,
You know,
well, that's why.
did you have a blood
vital
test
signs.
lately? You know.
If you think about it, vital signs. We're
Yeah.
always checking out vital signs.
Right.
Yeah, but that scares me. That scares
Well,
me.
that scares me. Everybody, sure.
You know.
Thank God.
I don't think you ever feel it when you're playing.
Oh no, music.
It's when you're
No.
packing up.
Let me
You know,
tell you something.
I'll tell you when I feel
Next
it.
morning.
No,
when
you
you're
know when
packing
I
up.
feel it. I'll
The
tell you
next
the truth.
morning.
And Janine could attest to this. When I feel it is when you're done playing, you're
Right.
revved up, your adrenaline's good and everything. It's when you get to your driveway and you get out of the car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you go, like,
Do I take the
feel
guitars
tight.
in? Should I just leave
just
the
gonna
guitars
leave
in
them
the
in
car?
No, no. That shit's staying out there till tomorrow.
I take
Forget it.
guitars.
Guitars always come in. Guitars
Well,
always
you're
come
a
in.
worker. You're a workhorse. You are.
I've run long
And I am.
distance
But I'll tell you,
races.
man. When I'm done, because and plus I'm moving around a little bit, and I'm not no youngster, and it hurts, man. It hurts. But like Bob said, when you're on stage, the adrenaline, it just makes you
The
feel
playing
good.
is the easiest part.
Yeah.
It's getting
Playing
there,
is a natural
setting up,
thing to
and
it.
leaving.
Yeah,
And leaving.
and which I'm sure you could all attest to. The worst part is like when we did play in the '70s and everybody got paid good. You didn't have to bring a crowd. They were
That's
built-in
right.
crowds.
People
the
came.
places were packed. They were there till 4 o'clock in the morning. Now
They were there for the music.
the first right,
Yeah, they were.
and it didn't matter how many clubs there were.
That's
they
right.
were all packed.
That's correct.
And but now it's the first thing they ask you is how many people can you bring?
Wait.
They don't care how good you
Can
are.
you guarantee us 50,
Yeah.
60 people?
Yeah. How many people can you bring? I don't know. How much advertising are you doing for us? That might have a little something to do with how many people you can bring. But and then you're lucky if you get. There is that thing on Facebook. I can't quote
Forget
it,
the
but it's like
politics of it.
four musicians get in the car. A guy
yeah,
gets in his
yeah.
car with $18,000 worth of equipment, spends $50 in gas to
Right.
drive to a gig, and he gets $25 or
100
whatever.
miles for
We've all done it.
$50.
We've all done
And then there's that other one.
Doing it for the love.
Right. Well, it's true.
Well,
Absolutely. If you're doing it for the money, you're
We would've
eating
stopped.
dog food. You're eating
I
dog
would've
food.
stopped
I
years
forgot
ago.
$16.
But then there's the other one for the club people, and it's very true. Hire 4 plumbers on a Saturday night to come into your establishment and work there for 5 straight hours
Wow.
and pay
Never
them
happened.
scale of what they get. And you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars. What is so much better of a plumber than a professional musician? You know what I mean? It's like, what's wrong with that equation?
And the other part of it too is you got to get people to get out there and support people who play music, right? Because
Well,
without those people coming out,
well, I'm glad you brought that up because we had this talk last week about now how they're going after the clubs with the cover bands.
right?
And they're actually little. I mean, there's one. I think it was Texas. This guy is actually, and it's a
For 2
big,
songs,
big club being sued for like $300,000, something ridiculous, whatever the number. But they're actually got to go out of business now because of this.
Yeah.
But my beef is, I get that these guys should be making money from their music. I get that, no question about it. If it's being played somewhere in a stadium, they should get paid for it. But if you got 4 guys that just adore you that much and thought of you that much, that they honor you that much to play one of your songs and sit down and learn your song. Now, here's the funny part. They take that song, they go to a club, they play your song. Now, here's another whole group of age people, young, 18, 20, 25. Oh my God, what song is that? I never heard that. And they go buy the album. Cover bands keep these guys in business. They actually literally keep them in business. If that stuff was never played anymore, you'd never hear about these guys anymore. Really. Because, I mean, how many times I'm sure with your son, I'm sure you've turned him on to a lot of music he would have never, ever known about.
Oh, yeah.
I know your son. I mean, and I know what he's into. I mean, not many kids that age are into classic rock and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think it benefits them. And to go after these little club owners and stuff, where actually they're looking to go after the bands too.
That's
It's
cap.
ridiculous. It's
That's
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous because without the cover bands, there'd be no bands. They would have had their day and it'd have been over because nobody would hear it.
It's very true.
So that's my take on that. But we have some exciting stuff coming up. June 27th, we are going to be playing a gig at our first gig at the Blue Parrot in Massapequa. So all you Long Island people, if you want to come over and,
27th.
right? Am I right?
27.
Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, Saturday, June 27th, which is what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
A week.
So come on over to the Blue Parrot and come hang out, and I guarantee you'll have a good time and you'll listen to some good music. And then we have
Is it air
some,
conditioned?
I don't know. Romeo, you got the AC working all right now?
Oh, it's
Of course it is. Of course it is, Ed.
It's getting brutal.
You could hang meat on the walls.
And then we were also invited to play at the Woodstock reunion at Yazga's Farm on August 14th. And we will also be playing at the Dancing Cat August 14th. We'll be going to do a 3-hour
Yeah.
set there.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. at
Eastern
Yazga's
time in
Farm.
Yazga's.
And then we're shooting
9.
over at 9 o'clock, and we're going to be at the Dancing Cat from 9 to 11. I mean 9 to 12,
Yeah.
and blow the joint up.
Yep.
It's going to be great. It's
Looking
going to be
forward
great.
to it.
I mean, I'm glad that we got the other gig, and I thank you, Stacy Cohen. You are and wait till you guys meet Stacy because she is phenomenal.
I think I saw her on your show as well.
Yeah.
She's a phenomenal musician. We saw her on a video.
I saw you sing with her. You sang with her.
We did.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
the Thriller's Gone Up, and her
Right,
her
right.
place is beautiful. It's literally. Wait till you see this place. It's absolutely beautiful. And Yaz's Farm. I see the work that they're doing. They got this thing, Gerald. You're doing a phenomenal job up there. I'm watching
Oh,
every
yeah.
day. She's this to me, guys. Really, if all you people that never were at Woodstock that said, "Oh, I wish I was there. I wish I would have lived in those times." This is as close as you're going to get. It's as close as you're going to. Last year we played there. They had 83 bands. They had 5 stages in the forest. It's like going to another planet. It's beautiful. Beautiful people. No hassles. Great.
It's a 3-day event, right?
3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I tell you, it's cheap. I mean, ridiculous. People here, it's $100 for 3 days. Where can you go for 3 days? Here, 80-something bands, and sleep there. You know, you just throw a tent
Well,
up
you
or
can get
whatever,
a discount if I'm correct, right?
and you can get a discount. I believe it's 25%. I believe.
Yeah, I have to look. I don't know, I'm not sure.
If you buy tickets, go online, Yazgers, and type in. If you buy the tickets, type in the word Maverick, and you'll get I think a 25% discount. You'll get a massive discount, and you'll get a 1-day ticket or a 3-day ticket. I guarantee that the 3-day ticket you'll come back and thank me because it's like going to another planet. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful night. I guarantee you'll love every moment of it. So that's what we got. We got some good stuff coming up. We're going to be.
Romeo called in from the Blue Parrot and said the air conditioning is working fine. He's
All right, Romeo. Full out down, Romeo. And thank you for tuning in, bro.
Boy, Rome.
But yeah, and come down to the Blue Parrot, you guys. I'm telling you, man, we're going to have a good time. Guaranteed.
Romeo and
Good
Janine
time.
are the best.
And Janine,
Oh, yeah.
we love Janine. And she actually is a Janine Marie, and she's a Janine Marie. They're like the Bopsy twins.
Yeah.
So it's a great place. What I like about that place is they really I can't even talk. They really respect the musicians, and
Yeah.
very rare nowadays. And we love those guys. We really do. Great place. I love it. I love it. I love playing there. Plus, it's close to home. So we want a big crowd coming down to Romeo's Blue Parrot on the 27th. So, is there anything anybody wants to tune in and anything we want to talk about?
I'm just excited to play
Before
some
I
music
rip my
in a little
vocal
while.
cords out?
I'm getting itchy to play music.
Yeah? All right, you heard him. Marvin.
Marvin.
Marshall Blackstar.
All right, you're
himself.
giving me enough
Marvin
names already.
Marvelous.
Come on now.
Marvelous Marvin.
I like Marvin better.
Yeah. Bob nicknamed
Yeah,
Russell Marvin Blackstar.
Marshall.
Marshall.
Blackstar.
Marshall Blackstar.
I think-
Oh,
I think
and while I'm at
Marvin's
it,
brother.
we all, and everyone here knows him, and Janine, we all send our love to Mr. Neville Chesters.
Absolutely.
We love you, man.
Get well,
you know,
my friend.
I know I'm like he calls me so I can let everybody know what's going on with him. So we had some good news, you know, I mean, he was really, really in bad shape, and now there's hope. So keep the prayers coming for Neville. It's very, very important. It really is. And he wants me and Janine to come over. I really want to do it. I really want to go over and see him, but he wants us to come over to England, and he wants us to take us to all the clubs that he ever played at, you know, because I mean, the guy was the road manager for Jimi Hendrix, Cream, and The Who. Did the Sgt. Pepper's album with the Beatles. I mean, the guy when you go to a place with Neville, it's weird because, you know, you see these major stars, and I've gone to many places with him, you know,
Sure.
and you walk in and he's the guy. They're going like, that's Neville Chester's, you know, it's like crazy. I mean, like we were with The Who, and Pete's like, Neville, and Roger Daltrey's like, oh, Neville, you know, it's like, wow.
I brought the guitar that is in the picture with Neville.
Yeah,
Neville was
yeah,
holding.
yeah. Great guy. We love
In
you,
honor of
Neville.
Neville, that's why I
So
put that guitar tonight.
we're going to leave you with that. When we come back, we're going to be hitting the stage. And I tell you, if I mess up, I have too much respect for these guys to let you think it's them. It will be me, and I take full responsibility because I can barely speak. So we're going to give it a shot. But at least you'll hear some great musicians behind me, that's for sure. So bear with us. Hang in there. Get yourself tight. We'll be right back with live music right here in the Madhouse on the Maverick Soul Hour. Hang in there. We'll be right back. $1.3 million women are victims of physical assault by an intimate partner each year. According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, the majority of cases aren't reported to the police. Most people who are in an abusive relationship don't even know they're in one. The truth is, all abusive relationships boil down to one thing: control.
How do you like it? My new dress.
Are you out of your mind? You look like a prostitute. We're not going out with you dressed up like that in public.
But what am I supposed to wear?
Wear something decent. You can't wear that out in public. We're going to be late. Get back in there and pick a different outfit. I'm going to go run some errands. I'll be back in 30 minutes. Please be ready, okay?
Fine, I'll change. Fine.
Abuse is not always physical, leaving wounds that are visible on the outside. Emotional abuse is just as painful, only these wounds are hidden on the inside.
Are you out of your mind? You're crazy. You look like a prostitute.
Know that abuse is abuse, no matter what the form.
Look at me.
Oh my God, what's wrong with me?
Physical abuse scars the body,
I just wanted to love me.
but mental abuse scars the mind.
What you just saw was an example of a relationship that is emotionally abusive. Nobody has the right to tell you how to dress or how to act. If someone really cares for you, they won't tear you down. They will build you up.
How do you like it?
Wow. You look great. Fantastic. But then again, you look great all the time.
Thank you. I was hoping you'd like it. It's my new dress. I bought it just so we could go out tonight.
You look stunning.
Thank you. But I think I'm going to take a sweater just in case it gets cold tonight.
Great idea. I'm going to take one too. Let's go.
All relationships are not perfect, but a healthy relationship is when two people bring out the best in each other and have each other's good in mind. Take your time to know someone instead of rushing into something. It is better not to involve yourself with an abusive person than to try and get out of a domestic violence situation.
If someone is abusive to you and you need help, please call the Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-SAFE. They have highly trained experts available 24/7 who will speak with you confidentially and offer information regarding the unhealthy aspects of your relationship, resources, or immediate support for victims to find safety and live lives free of abuse. Domestic violence affects us all.
It affects us all.
It affects us all.
모두에게 영향을 줍니다.
Che ci ricarte tutte.
It affects us all.
Domestic violence.
2.3 million women are victims of physical.
This is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 of a cup.
Guys, ready for the show? Yeah. Enjoy.
Stretching under sedation or manipulation under anesthesia is a very gentle, very precise procedure to very slowly release any scar tissue that is formed as a result of a traumatic injury. Many people ask, how does this work? Will I get hurt? Will you stretch me too far? We only stretch the body part to its normal range of motion. After completing the post-MUA rehabilitation program, it's very common that our patients say to us, hey, I can play ball with my kid again. Hey, I can bowl again. Hey, I can enjoy hiking again. This is what makes it rewarding to us as practitioners.
Guys, ready for the show? Yeah. Enjoy it.
All right, we are back in the Madhouse with the Maverick Soul. And ladies and gentlemen, I again just want to let you know, I can barely speak. So I'm not making excuses, but it is an excuse. I can barely speak. But we're going to give this a try. Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, my brothers, Vital Signs / the Maverick Soul Band, right here in the Madhouse. Let's go! Come on! Get your motor running. I said head out on the highway. I said I'm looking for adventure. We whatever comes our way.
Yeah, I know anything could happen. Take the world in a loving face. Fire all of your goals and wants and explode into space. I like smoking lightning, heavy metal thunder. I listen with the wind when the feeling that I'm under. Yeah, I know anything could happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of your goals and wants and explode into space. Like a true nation's child. Well, we were born to be wild. We could fly so high, never wanna die. Born to be wild. Born to be wild. Come on! Running, I said head out on the highway. I said I'm looking for adventure, or when whatever comes our way. Yeah, I know anything could happen. Take the world in the love embrace. Fire all your goals and wants and explode into space. Like a true nature's child. Well, we were born to be wild. We could fly so high, never wanna die. Born to be wild. Born to be wild. Come on! Yeah, little Born to Be Wild for you. All right, that sounded pretty good, I think. I don't know how we're holding up with the voice, but we're doing all right. Janine, I left my tambourine somewhere. I don't know where the hell I left it. Oh, you know what? Go on with someone else's shot. I'll just look something. Just bear with me 1 second. If I could get off that shot. There you go. All right, I'm back. You ready, guys? Okay, here we go. On a low, lonesome highway east of Omaha, you can listen to the engine moan. You knew the night before, but your thoughts are soon moving the way they always do. When you ride in 16 hours and there's nothing much to do, and you don't feel much like riding, you just wish the trip was through. Said here I am on the road again. Here I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing star again. Here I go, turn the page. Yeah. Well, you walk into this restaurant, strung out the road. You can feel the eyes upon you as you're shaking off the cold. You pretend it doesn't bother you, but you just want to explode. Said here I am on the road again. Well, here I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing star again. Here I go, turn the page. Yeah, come on. Here I am on the road again. Here I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing star again. Here I go, turn the page. Well, out there in the spotlight, you're a million miles away. Every ounce of energy you try to give away as the sweat pours out your body like the music that you play. Later in the evening, while you lie awake in bed, with the echoes of the amplifiers ringing in your head, you smoke the day's last doobie, remembering what she said, what she said. Said here I am on the road again. Here I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing star again. Here I go, turn the page. Come on, let's show 'em now. Come on. said, here I am on the road again. Here I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing star again. Here I go, turn the page. Said here I am on the road again. Here I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing star again. Here I go. Here I go. Woo! Yeah. Mr. Russell Bonzak on the lead guitar over there. What's next, boys? Sounds like a winner. All right, another Bob Seger song. Well, that was a little Seger / Metallica. All right. You ready for this one, guys? Here we go. Everybody up and dancing now. This cold is killing me. Woo! She stood there bright as the sun on the... He was a Midwestern boy on his own. Well, she looked at him with those lost eyes so innocent and blue. He knew right then he was too far from home. Took his hand and she led him along that golden beach. Well, they watched the waves tumble over the sand. Well, they drove for miles and miles on those twisted, turning roads. Higher and higher and higher they climbed. In those Hollywood nights, in those Hollywood hills, she was looking so right in her diamonds and frills. For the big city lights in those high rolling hills, above all the lights, she had all of the skills. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, come on, come on, come on, everybody. Well, he headed west cause he felt that the change would do him good. See some old friends, it was good for the soul. She had been born with a face that wouldn't let her get away. Well, he saw that face and he lost all control. He had lost all control. Oh yes he did. Night after night and day after day it went on and on. Well, then came that morning he woke up alone. He spent all night looking out at the lights of L.A., wondering if he could ever go home. In those Hollywood nights, in those Hollywood hills, she was looking so right in her diamonds and frills, over big city lights, in those high rolling hills, above all the lights, she had all of the skill. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, she did. In those Hollywood nights, oh, yeah. In those Hollywood nights, in those Hollywood hills, she was looking so right in her diamonds and frills, over big city lights. Woo! We're going to take a short break and let me get some honey in my throat. We'll be right back.
To make the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts are always fresh. I made the donuts. We make them at least twice every day. Time to make the donuts. Not a few kinds, like supermarket. I made the donuts. Time to make the donuts. But up to 52 varieties. The donuts. Time to make the donuts. I made the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts, up to 52 varieties, fresh day and night. No supermarket can say.
After all the candles are blown out, after the last toast of the night, Cambridge paving stones with ArmorTech stand the test of time. Beautifully designed, built to last. Only Cambridge paving stones have ArmorTech, our unique process that produces a rich, distinctive color. Create your own memories with Cambridge paving stones. Visit CambridgePavers.com.
Cambridge paving stones with ArmorTech will always look like new.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain, We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
I think this is a good time to tell you. You're doing okay, Mom. I can call you Mom, right? I know we haven't known each other very long, but you seem like a real keeper. You're not perfect. There was that strained carrots incident, but you're trying. You pick up my bottle every time I toss it out of my stroller. That's high comedy to an 8-month-old. You hum the Barber of Seville when you wash my hair. So cool. And your rub-downs are out of this world. Anyway, I want you to know how much I appreciate you. You know, right? How much I love you? You're doing okay, Mom.
All right, we are back. Excuse me for my throat. I'm sorry, but that's the way it goes. So we're going to try a little something here. Little Allman Brothers for you. I've been run down, Lord, I've been lied to, and I don't know why I let that mean woman make me out a fool. She took all my money my new car. Now she's with one of my good time buddies, drinking in some crosstown bar. Sometimes I feel like I've been tied to the whipping post, tied to the whipping post, tied to the whipping post, and oh Lord, I feel like I'm dying. Tell me that I've been such a fool, but I had to stand there and take it, baby. Oh, for loving you, drown myself in sorrow as I look at what you've done. Nothing seems to change, past time's innocent, and I can't run. Sometimes I feel, sometimes I feel like I've been tied to the whipping post, tied to the whipping post, tied to the whipping post, and oh Lord, I feel like I'm dying. Sometimes I feel like I've been tied to the whipping post, tied to the whipping post, tied to the whipping post, and oh Lord, I feel, oh Lord, I feel. I said, Lordy, 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 I feel. Sometimes I feel. Sometimes I feel like I've been tied to that whipping post. Yeah, a little whipping post for you. I would have liked to finish that end with that, but couldn't get that, couldn't get that. All right, what do you want to do? Want to do a little, how about a little Marshall Tucker? Little Marshall Tucker. You guys like Marshall Tucker at home? All right, we'll do a little Marshall Tucker. I love Marshall Tucker. Woo! Hang in there, hang in there. Hang in there. It's her.
Check. 1, 2.
Let me get me tambourine here. Take a freight train down at the station, Lord. I don't care where it goes. Gonna climb a mountain, the highest mountain now. Jump off, nobody gonna know. Can't you see? Oh, can't you see what that woman, Lord, she been doing to me? Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman, Lord, she been doing to me? I'm gonna find me a hole in the wall. I'm gonna crawl inside and die. Come a lady now, big old woman, Lord, never told me goodbye. Can't you see? Oh, can't you see what that woman, Lord, she been doing to me? Can't you see? Why she's such a crazy lady? What that woman, Lord, she been doing to me. Come on, show me what that girl been doing to me now. Come on. Can't you see? Oh, can't you see what that woman, Lord, she been doing to me? Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman, Lord, she been doing to me? Gonna buy a ticket now, as far as I can. I ain't never coming back. Gonna ride me a southbound all the way to Georgia now, to the train run out of track. Oh yeah, well can't you see? Can't you see what that woman, Lord, she been doing to me? Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman, Lord, what the woman been doing to me? Come on, Kenny, show me what she been doing to me now. Come on. What that woman, Lord, she been doing to me? Come on, everybody, clap your hands at home. Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman, Lord, she been doing to me? One more time at home now. Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman, Lord, she been doing to me? Come on! Can't you see? Gonna ride me a southbound. Can't you see? All the way to Georgia now. To the train run out of track. Oh yeah. Can't you see? Oh, I can't stand it. Can't you see what that woman, Lord, what the woman been doing to me? Can't you see? Oh, can't you see what that woman, Lord, she been doing to me? Yeah. Can't you see? All right, can you see? Can you see? All right, we're gonna do one more for you. I think you'll enjoy this. This is definitely a Woodstock song. So we enjoyed playing for you guys tonight, I must say. It was rough on me. I apologize to my bandmates, but it's rock and roll, and we like it. We're gonna go just keep on going, keep it on. Here we go. got a black magic woman. I got a black magic woman. Yes, I've got a black magic woman. She's got me so blind I can't see. But she's a black magic woman and she's trying to make the devil out of me. Don't turn your back on me, baby. Don't turn your back on me, baby. Yes, don't turn your back on me, baby. Don't mess around with your tricks. Don't turn your back on me, baby. You might just wake up my magic sticks. Baby, you got your spell on me, baby. Yes, you've got your spell on me, baby, turning my heart into stone. Well, I need you so bad, magic woman, I can't leave you alone. Well, all right, there you go. All right, I want to thank each and every one of you guys, Russell, Mr. Bob Batch back there, Ed McCormick, Kenny Loeffler. Love you guys.
Thank you, Tommy, for having us.
Oh, it's a pleasure. We'll be doing that again. And we're going to be doing it the 27th of June over at the Blue Parrot in Massapequa. So if you dug that, come down and dig us down there. And we'll be at Yazga's Farm on August 14th, and we'll also be at the Dancing Cat Saloon up there in Bethel, New York, for the reunion of the Woodstock 1969. So God bless you all. Have a blessed week.
We love you guys. We hope you enjoyed the show. Sorry my vocals weren't great, but it is what it is. So have a blessed week. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.